parent or teacher of school-age children? Are you tired of hearing gunfire or seeing fighting on almost every video game on the market? What about the blood spattering all over the computer and television screens? Computer and video games have come a long way since the days of Pac-Man, where the big happy face eats all the dots on the screen while trying to avoid the ghost, or Frogger, where the object of that game is just to get the frogs to their home while avoiding the cars and the busy highways and busy rivers, or even Donkey Kong, where the large ape falls in love with Mario's girlfriend and throws barrels and fire at Mario to keep him from getting her back. And although Street Fighter was an early fighting game, it lacked the graphic nature of the fighting games today. In the early days of video games, they were simple and somewhat harmless. Today's video games have become a lot more improved. The graphics are more clear, the controls are easier to navigate, and the audio is much more heightened. So much so, they've been rated like television shows. Parents are increasingly getting involved in today's video games by making sure that the ones their children play are age appropriate. 67% of American households play video games, according to video game statistics, and this number is growing. If you're a parent in today's technology age, you know it is inevitable that your kids will play or want to play video games. Sometimes we don't have a choice, as they will learn video gaming and how to play at school without your consent. As a parent, do you want a game about more than just shooting or fighting or sports? Well, according to an article on ParentingScience.com, educational videos are becoming a promising medium, as computer games could be effective teaching aids and have many advantages over old-fashioned school lectures. The games can break down complex tasks while guiding the players through a series of small steps. The learners will have the ability to control the navigation of the games. Games will give the learners immediate and continuous feedback, which will help them in their learning process. The games can also be adapted to the individual pace of each learner. We know that each child learns at a different pace. Each child is an individual, so they all don't learn on the same level. So the game has to be adapted to the individual pace and learning of the child. Game-based tasks may require students to formulate hypotheses and experiment on their own, which gets their little brains working. Each of these characteristics has been linked with better learning outcomes. They've hit on profoundly good methods of getting children to learn and enjoy learning, and makes learning fun. My colleagues and I of Learning Team C have developed a game that will allow school-age children the opportunity to hone their math skills by playing a game that on the computer, which is what the kids want, and being educated in mathematics, which is what the parents want. The parents will be allowed to adjust the skill level from easy, medium to hard, which makes the game a continual challenge to the child. My name is Demetra Jones, and my colleagues and I want to take you on a journey of a new game we've developed for school-age children called Mathematical Millionaire. Lucia Smith will tell you about the player interactions, the objectives, the rules, and limits of the game. And then Alan Howard will come along and tell you about the target audience, the different skill levels, the settings, and any characters involved in the game. Joshua Walker will introduce the platform, tools, and resources needed for development of the game. And then Mr. Andrew Lee will come along and give you the overview of all the elements covered and tie everything together. We hope you enjoy our presentation. Take it away, Lucius.
Thank you, Demetra. like to thank the audience for engaging in our presentation of Math Millionaire. Today I will explain Math Millionaire's player interactions, objectives, rules, and limits. Now parents, before I even get started, I must warn you, this game is extremely addictive. Now wait, don't be alarmed. What I mean by that, I would call this a positive addiction. Meaning that Math Millionaire will create a positive environment in your kids, such as they will be efficient in math. They will go from maybe D average students to AB average students. They will excel on state regulated tests. They will score high as they graduate from high school. They will score high on their SATs. And perhaps in the future they will become excellent math teachers or math tutors. So with that being said, Math Millionaire player interactions will allow a user to choose a category, number box similar to other popular trivia games out there, except our game focus will be mathematical equations, such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Objectives will challenge users' math knowledge towards points to achieve the highest score. The number of correct answers the user achieves is vital to the success of Math Millionaire. The rules are very simple. Each contestant will get one attempt to answer a mathematical question. If the question is answered incorrectly, the question will go to the opponent for an opportunity to steal points. Math Millionaire will continue to challenge the opponents as they gradually, continue to go head to head in the game. The good news is both opponents will gain knowledge as they continue to play Math Millionaire. The bad news is, once the game is over, this game is over once it reaches 1,000 points. And only one player can claim the title of Math Millionaire. So with that being said, I would like to thank all the parents who continue to participate in our presentation. So now I'm going to give you Mr. Alan Howard. He'll be the next colleague who will be taking the floor. And I thank you for being engaged. So you take it away, Mr. Alan Howard.
Thank you, Lucius, for that warm introduction. Now, as my colleagues have mentioned, we have developed a mathematical game called Math Millionaire. And up to this point, you've been briefly introduced to the overall functionality of the game. I would like to talk to you about the setting and skill level that our game is tailored towards. And this starts with school-aged children 6 and older. We have chosen this age range specifically because we feel as though this is a pivotal time in the child's development to introduce, familiarize, and ultimately make them more confident using this lifelong skill. As the name suggests, Math Millionaire is a mathematical game that focuses on mathematical fundamentals such as addition, and subtraction. Math Millionaire will place your child in a game show setting where the goal is to score as many points as you possibly can, with the ultimate goal being to reach 1,000 points. It should be noted that your child will be facing a computer-controlled opponent, or it could be set to where the child simply has to answer the time in a predetermined amount of time. All this will be accomplished while your child is gaining valuable mathematical skills as well as building self-esteem and confidence and problem-solving skills. All of these things we feel as though will be beneficial to your child's mathematical skills development. With all those things being said, I would now like to pass it off to my colleague, Joshua Walker, who will give you more details about our game. Thank you.